Hello friends and creators, and hello to all of you who are patiently following this whole Lapbook build. It's been a crazy week, and yesterday, Friday, when I normally would have some time in the studio to squeak in another video before Gratitude Sunday, I just needed me time, just needed to create. And went through all the options in my head. I was going to do a walkthrough and explanation for you of the medical journal that I keep for Jerry to help caregivers, to give hints to caregivers. And I thought, you know what, my mind just needs a little break from the whole caregiving conversation. So I finally went to the most important page in the Lapbook that I've been dreaming about since day one of its conception, and that would be the page that's going to include a steampunk flat, can't be too bulky, but just a steampunk cover page, I guess. And so yesterday I started working on this. I'll grab the Lapbook real quick to show you, right? So this essentially is going to be the cover, and it opens up first like this, right? You've been watching me work. We did this page last time with the vials, and then prior to that, this opens up. This thing is a beast. Right, we did this. This was one of the first things we did, was this strap with the little inserts. And then I went ahead and made these folders. But this initial opening up, this page right here, I've been imagining from day one to have something like this here when you open it up. So yesterday I took the time to measure out how it'll fit on here. And let me introduce you to what I'm working with. It's aluminum tooling foil. I've had this for years. I bought this down at the ribbon factory in, I believe that's East Stroudsburg. I get my East Stroudsburg and Stroudsburg. It might actually be Stroudsburg, if Main Street is right there. My mother always teased me I was never very good with geography, especially local geography. But more to the point, aluminum tooling foil. This stuff is really fun to work with because of how malleable it is. I'm trying to remember, this was on the scrap piece. I think I just used a pen, but it is so soft and malleable that you can create like what I'm working with here. So while I have a full, I have a bunch in here that I could work with, I had a scrap that I had. It wasn't quite wide enough, and I kind of wanted to use up the scrap. So I decided, and I think it worked in my favor, to start with the scrap piece and then add on to it. And it really made for a more in-depth cover page. It has more character to me. Like, I really want this to look like maybe it was hand hammered, hand riveted. Oh, I've just been playing and exploring. So while I kind of had an image in my mind of, what I wanted it to be, at the same time I didn't know what the details were going to be. So I knew I wanted it to be a steampunk, using that tooling, right? I want to call it malleable foil, but the tooling foil. Like, I knew that much. So I just kind of jumped in and played and explored yesterday and saw what would come up. Like, what I allowed it to kind of speak to me. And this is what I've come up with so far. So once I knew I was going to add this piece on, I also knew I wanted to put some sort of curve in here. So I created a rough, like, not to detail that it's in now, but I created this piece and then cut out a fresh piece to fit here. Like, decided I knew something, I wanted something in this corner to be big. And I even, like, I have an old hard drive from an old computer that I salvaged, and I tell you what, if it wasn't frigid out, it is frigid outside. We have snow. It's so cold, it's like fine dust, the snow. It's like light and easy. You could broom it. You could use a leaf blower. If it wasn't so frigid out, I probably would have went out to my garage and took the drill to drill out the screws that are holding this together, just to see what was inside, because I was picturing like that hard drive disk area kind of being maybe in this corner. I thought it would look really cool with that arm, the armature. I've got an old, right, this is an old DVD burner from a laptop that didn't work anymore, you know, so I was kind of picturing some sort of something in this corner. But because it was so cold out, I decided not to do that, which worked out again in my benefit, because this is more, you know, I created this. I don't know why I decided the heart. You know, I created this space. I knew I wanted something to fit in there. But yeah, I don't know. I was compelled to create this heart. So I'll be filling in some footage here, because I was capturing footage yesterday. I just wasn't narrating. One of the first things I did was play around with, I want a shadow effect of gears. So I laid some of these bead landing gears that are going to wind up on the front. I put them behind and just explored different ways to make that impression. I was looking for easy. The mood I was in yesterday, I was looking for easy. I even at one point laid a stencil. I remembered I had a stencil, so I laid the stencil in the background and tried that. I was trying to use this Fisker's embosser tool, and that was just scratching up the metal, so I didn't like that. Yeah, so I wound up going with, how did I do that? The brayer was helping. And then I think I was just using my own fingers, wasn't I? I was just using brute force. Oh, I think that's right. I was also using the, what do they call this now? Ball tool. All right, so it's got a little bitty one. I mean, this is even little bittier, but this is the one I've been using to do all the details. Yeah, and I like the effect that that's making, especially now that I was playing with the alcohol inks afterwards. However, what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to actually put the pieces in here and tape them on the back in perpetuity, because based on where this page is going to be in that Lapbook, it's going to get a lot of pressure against it and it will lose that detail. So I think I'm going to do that. Which means I probably won't be able to overlap too many. Oh, there you go. I might just tape them on there. I'll do that now while I'm talking to you. I could also play some more footage of me working on it yesterday while I do this. So not only I took the time, once I knew how I wanted these pieces arranged, then, you know, like I shut the cameras off and I just went to my happy place. I think I played some Murdoch Mysteries on my laptop here next to me, and took the time to take this ball tool, and on the back side actually went around, took the time to add each and every one of these little faux rivet marks. It wasn't bad, really. It was very meditative. Then to put the pieces in place, I got a whole ton of these brads. Oh yeah, a whole ton of them. At one point I was thinking I would put an actual brad on each one of those places. It just would have been cray-cray. So I'm glad I did it this way instead. But to attach the smaller pieces to this scrap piece, which was only this wide, I did take the brads out and put them, I didn't put them in the corners, because I originally was thinking I'm going to use that to, because we got to get this to stick to that Lapbook. So I may have screwed things up for me. I'm not sure yet. I'm just kind of going with it. But the brads do look really cool at every point where I intersected and attached. Right here. And this is fun too, because then I really started going through my stash and I had these corner pieces. And I like that they were more bronze. So there's the brads in each corner. So right here is actually not attached, which I'm thinking, I'm hoping when it comes time for me to attach it to the book, I can use that to my advantage. Then I played with the alcohol inks, because I didn't want it really bright and shiny, and that all came about because doing the heart. You know, each time I did a corner or even doing the hearts, I had to take the time to cut so that I could make curves, which that looked really pretty. That before I bent all those pieces back, the way those flared off the main heart, that looked really pretty. So after I put all the detailing in and gave it some crinkle, the last thing I did last night was start playing with alcohol inks. I really wanted to give it a tired, worn look. But I have all this other fun stuff to attach. But I ran out of time last night. I purposefully, like, I don't expect to keep these hard lines here with the alcohol ink, but I wanted to give it a chance to dry. And then today I can either use, I have straight alcohol. I've never used this before, but I have it. The Tim Holtz alcohol blending solution, to kind of rub some of those hard edges off. So today with you, I want to play a little bit more. I can't imagine. I have no idea if I'll be able to finish this today or not. But I'm feeling better today and I'm glad to have you along. So let's play. I can show you what I've already got set in my mind, and let's just see where this takes us. That's the fun part, right? Let's explore. Let's see what we're going to create and how it's going to come out. Because while I have no specific idea, I'm just going to follow my heart and see what comes out. So I'll tell you right now, right? So the heart is going to go here. The heart has this keyhole that's going to go there. I also stained this frame, which I think right now is going to go in that corner. I do have this piece of circuit board. This is actually from like a Christmas, one of those singing Christmas cards. And I wasn't sure. I mean, I'm probably it's not going to look clean like that. It's going to have to look worn. I didn't know if I wanted that to fit inside that frame, or we'll save that frame for something else. And maybe this can go up here. I do have this Imagine tag that's going to have to go in there eventually, somewhere. Maybe as part of the gears. I also have some of this found objects from Bead Landing. Right, I got the bugs. I got the bugs. So we'll see if we can't fit at least one or two of those somewhere. So how do I want to start today? I almost feel like I want to work on the heart. I want to kind of continue that whole alcohol ink conversation, because I want it to, I don't want it so bright red. I don't think. Which means I should probably go get gloves again. I did so many dishes today. Well, you do so much as a caregiver with your hands, constantly washing your hands, that I hardly have any of that red on me anymore. Let me go grab gloves real quick. I made sure to do above and beyond all my chores this morning. I even called some of my friends while I was doing those chores because I wanted uninterrupted time today. Like I said, the week, I haven't had a lot of me time this week. I hear ASMR, me putting the gloves on. Yeah, so I wanted to set myself up for success today. Did chores that I would normally do later. Did them now. They're done. Like I said, call my friends. So I should be able to just focus. All right. This may or may not be the kind of video where I'm going to do a lot of working and maybe not a lot of talking. I always say that. Let's see what this blending solution is like. Contains ethanol, glycol ethers, isopropanol. Yes, do not use near flame. Adequate ventilation. May or may not have adequate ventilation. I think I want to try putting it on the cloth first. You know, as many times as I watch videos of Tim Holtz and other people, I'm still just here exploring for myself. I have a feeling it's going to take a lot off. Oh, maybe not. Maybe. And it's kind of making it... I can't make up my mind. I think it's because it's the really bright red I'm not looking for. I want maybe more of the tarnished, which means I should probably add more black in there again. I do like the purple. I like the way the purple kind of darkens it as opposed to black. Just playing, just splashing colors on. And the blender. It's alive! Maybe just the purple. The purple did good. Really, I guess it's important to look at it against the background here. I guess that's my problem. I want it colorful, but I don't want it colorful. Kind of want this sensation like at one time it was bright and colorful, but now it has a lot of wear and tear. Yeah, I'm not minding that so much. Yeah. Every time I put it up against that, I think, nope, less red. Let's try more purple. I like the way it's getting gunky. Like down here in this corner, it looks real gunky. I like that. I like it a lot. Might be difficult for you to see. Try not to get any color. It looks like I got a little purple over here. I don't want purple. I don't want any color on that back page. All right, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to let that go. I need a drop of alcohol. I want to get rid of this little bit of purple that kind of landed over here. I think I want to add, right, like I said, I kind of want to get rid of hard edges, although I'm not sure now. I'm not sure. I'm feeling like maybe I should start adding stuff to here to really get a sense. Which may be difficult without the heart in place. But like on top of these embossed sections, I want to go ahead and put like one of these on top. But I guess even this is going to have to look tired and worn. Am I going to do them individually as I need them? I want to give me a couple of them. I need a couple of these, small one. And I want to use actual brads to stick them in there, which I gotta look at my brads because I need a bigger brad for that. They can overlap. That looks cool. That'll look cool with them on top. I can use a small brad for that one. I don't know if it's because my hands are starting to sweat or because I want to go digging for brads, but the gloves had to come off. All right, one of these small ones. Let's see. You gotta keep track of the wood stove too. Sounds like I might need to go put firewood. Focus, focus, focus. Is that too small? No, that'll work. My hands have been so dry just from the winter that I finally got a jar of working hands, that lotion. What a difference that makes. What a difference that makes. So they're not, I had a crack here, boy, whew, that hurt. So working yesterday with all these little fine things and trying not to poke myself, I was very careful. I did not slice myself with that tooling metal. because that's brutal. If you do work with it, man, you got to promise me to be careful, because that will slice you. And I did good. Quick. Knock on wood. Does it have silicone over it? Does that make a difference? All right, looking at my brads. Oh, I wonder if one of those square ones would work, because that would be cool to have a square. Yeah, I know. I'll be vacuuming or sweeping later. I'm going to find a ton of these things. Let's see. Nope, it's going to fall right through. It's going to fall right through. Well, that's a shame. Well, if I could get it to seat just right. But I don't know if I want to take that chance, do I? Need like a... Wait. You're right. Oh, who said that? I heard it. Like if you put a washer or another one of these. Well, because we have all these tiny ones. Okay. I roasted a bunch of vegetables today before I sat down, and I've got the wood stove going. Yeah, I'm not going to jump up and add wood to the stove just yet because I'm sweating. All right. Now, this is funny. Like, I want a small one, but the hole still has to be big enough for that to fit through. You know, like this looks like, but I don't know. Oh, yay! Come on, get really down in there. Oh, see? So now it'll add extra detail, and now that square won't fold out. That's cool. All right, where's this one going? I want it to overlap that one. Why are you being so... Oh, I know why you're being difficult. Because I put that back there. All right, so move it over just a wee bit. Wah, 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 wah. Working with tiny things. Working with tiny things. Oh, can you see that? That's cool. Come here, heart. Yeah, you're probably not dry yet, but I feel like I want you in place because I can't. Although that's true. Kind of like the way there's that little bit of a hard line from the alcohol ink here. I feel like I should, it goes with the flow of the heart. The other thing that I have a bunch of pull chain, more of this ball. I think that would look really cool along here somehow. So whether it's kind of going around a chain, around a gear. Let's put the keyhole on here. Stay. I guess eventually those same brads can be the brads that holds it to this piece. What should this say? Should it just be like a number? I should see what other kind of metallic ephemera I have. I definitely need more of this. Oh, that's cool that that spins. More like this over in this corner. I feel like... Well, we're not going to need the ring on this. The jump ring. Do we want a couple of gears on the heart? And while this is supposed to be more steampunk, mechanical, industrial, I still feel like I want the circuitry. I like the anomaly of this kind of circuitry in there. So what's the story? Let's think about the story behind this, right? So the entire Lapbook is going to be geared toward being filled with things that I find like on Pinterest. It's going to be almost like a lookbook, but for inspirational things. Memes, posters, quotes, so that like in moments when I'm feeling like I need a pick-me-up, when I need inspiration, I want to be able to turn to this Lapbook like it's almost magic. Not a book of spells, Not really, but a book of spells. No, this not a book of shadows, not like that. But just that it opens up into like a world of magic, almost like a Walt Disney, Pixar, Illuminations is another one, just into that world, that realm of fantasy. So that when I need to escape and I need a little pick-me-up, I can turn to my Lapbook and open it up, right? And that first page on the right, you see, is going to be this. And it's got to kind of tell a story. Like, we know your heart is kind of worn out and overworked and, you know, and the key, there is a key for that. Like, I hold the key. Like, I should start wearing the key as a necklace or something, as a reminder, or on that bracelet that I got that has the little keychain on it. To always remind myself that I can turn to this book and this is what keeps my heart full of bliss. Maybe a simple bliss. That's going in either my everyday carry journal or in Gratitude Sunday. Yeah, so this is the magic book that helps unlock my heart. All right, so there's a little bit of a story there. I almost feel like I might have to go over to Pinterest a minute and see, because I started a page of similar type covers. I think I'm going to do some shadow work back here. So it's really a choice of that, this. Got a couple of these little ones. God. Right, there's no other, I see. So, big, 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 small, small, small. But pretty much those are the choices I have for looks. Unless I go into the real tiny ones, which I think I'm saving them for the front. For mechanical, actual. I think maybe I need a little teeny tiny brayer. You know what, I'm going to shut off this other camera. I'm going to give that a break, since most of what I'm doing is down here. I was remembering yesterday how much I really, in like another lifetime, would have enjoyed going to school to find a job to work in a prop department. Like to be on the art team of a prop department. To work on props. And I was reminiscing how my brother, who works in the entertainment industry, actually got me a interview at a place in Jersey City. It had to be in the 90s. And back then it was mostly about painting backdrops. And going for the interview, I knew that really all I was probably going to get to do was lay the white background layer on the canvases. And you're talking canvases that are huge. Like you have to paint them in a warehouse, you know, like they're parking lot size. I remember going for that interview and sitting with a very nice lady in Jersey City, and you could overlook from her office down to the warehouse floor and see people painting backdrops and things like that. I thought it was the coolest thing. But I knew just from the drive into Jersey City and the parking situation, that I wouldn't take the job just because of where it was geographically. I don't know, I didn't get the warm and fuzzies when I was sitting at the interview. This isn't creating as much as an impact as these over here. I'm just not a city gal, right? I mean, look where I live now. I love where I live now. Don't have to worry about parking. I hear other people saying, yeah, but you got to worry about bears. I don't mind about the bears. I'm very comfortable around bears. What am I looking for? I'm looking for like this. This is what I was doing yesterday. It was just very calming for me. Just to sit. And a hush came over the crowd. You know what's funny, Cherie? I'm calling you out, Cherie. That's you texting me. Oh boy. Yeah, I got a new friend. We're gonna get in lots of trouble together. Of course, I want to drop what I'm doing and go look, but this is such a critical point. I know, I don't, well, part of me wants to put the phone on Do Not Disturb. And part of me, well, we shouldn't have any nurses calling today. Wait, today's Saturday? Yeah, I should put it on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, Cherie. What's going to keep his little tail from wagging? I don't want him to move. I do like the way this cluster is coming out, though. I'm going to have to put a gear or something. A small one. These are too small. Well, if I put a gear there, right? Well, it looks good, but it didn't stop his tail from moving. How many times is my head getting in the screen? Oh, yeah, I guess if I put a rivet in one of his wings. Look how cool that looks, though. And then we're gonna where am I gonna put these? It's like mixed media, right? Like I took the time to do the shadow effect in the back here and really could only see the one. You can't even really see the others. You can see a little bit of that one. But I think it's still important to do those layers anyway. All right, I'm gonna go put some firewood in the fire and the wood stove. What else? Walk around, shake it off, give it a thought, and I'll come back. Whew. Well, I went out to my husband's garage because he has a lot of old school stuff, industrial-like stuff. I picked up had a bunch of this old wire. And then I even found fuses. Let's get this out of the way. I like these old car fuses. But this old wire, you've got 4 different wires wrapped. So I have some ideas. I remembered what this was from. This is from one of those headbands that has speakers in it, headphones in it. So these, you can actually press these buttons. I kind of like the thought of that. So it might wind up in there. So I'm thinking of using some eyelets. Not this color, I don't think. Putting a couple eyelets in. I'm going to have that ball chain kind of running along the edge here and also running along the edge up here. I'm also going to use those eyelets because I can make these wires bend through and clip onto the back. And I have this other wire here, which I could probably wrap around. Look at some of these. I have more eyelets down here. They're smaller though. But depending on which ball chain I want to use, I think I want to get this in here, and I think that Imagine's going to go inside there. I'm thinking I like the blank space. Like I don't want to fill it too much. Yeah. Yeah, do I leave them in the diamond pattern or do I square them off? I think I'm going to square them off. I've wanted to do this for a long time. Create some sort of steampunk, metallic, ha 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 ha, gravity, gravity. All right. I have both the ball chains in. I think I want to do this little circuit board next. And there's little wires coming out here and a wire coming out here. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that to help hold it into place up here. Oh, I just had an idea. This just gave me an idea. I was looking, this is the stick that I stir hot wax with. That would do it. That would totally do it. I'm going to go, let's melt some wax. And that'll hold these in place. What a good idea. I love when a plan comes together. Okay, melted some wax. I cheat anymore. I go to the stove. So it looks like the wax is not adhering to the metal, but it is adhering to the wires that came through. So it's not coming out. We have another wire here. I was just looking at these wires. These wires came off of this. See, I was thinking all sorts of things. I was thinking these need to be blackened. I'm looking at that now and I really like the way those wires disappear into the metal. That's cool. So I was going to do like I did for the ball chain here for these, but now the way this happened, I'm thinking I'm going to poke holes for each one of these individual wires. That would be, now I'm suddenly thinking resistance is futile. Assimilation. God, what was it? Prepare to be assimilated. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. So each one of these wires yeah, it kind of would be cool, thinking of Star Trek and assimilation, is like you're entering this book, right? Your heart is tattered and worn, but you're coming into this book to be assimilated, but assimilated in a good way. Okay, it's probably hard to see with all the glaring and everything, but it is our lunchtime or our meal break, dinner time, whatever you want to call it. It's time to go eat. Gonna leave it like this and we'll see what happens later. Well, we just finished our afternoon meal and the afternoon is catching up with me. So I think the only thing I'm going to do is to just put a little black on here and mount this. And I think that'll be temporary. Yeah, if I use brads to kind of attach it to that cardboard part of the Lapbook. Then I can take it off and put it on as needed. But at least I'll feel like I've accomplished something, because I think I definitely want to add more to that page. It's just not going to be today. But I am delighted with how far I got on that between yesterday and today. But I want to get this video out to you and kind of bring closure to what I did in these past couple of days, so that if I want to take on something else, I can move on to something else. So I don't know that I can officially call this steampunk, because I added the digital and the wiring aspect to it. But I love it for my Lapbook. And yeah, it's going to grow from there. I think it's going to need probably some more gears going on this corner over here. Yeah, there's something, it needs something more. But that will come with time. So I'm just going to be very lazy about this. And I'm going to do this right on the cardboard box. No palette or anything. And I probably will have to do several coats of this, I'm thinking. But for what I'm going to do for today, we'll just kind of get this done. So you really don't think about how long it's going to take to do a project like this. I feel like if you're someone like Nick the Booksmith, who really does this often, she's really good at getting these done, at least within the same year, right? This is going on my second year of doing this one Lapbook. But I don't think that should stop us. And I don't think we should put any pressure on ourselves either. I know the center of this does not need to be painted, but I put too much paint on there, so it is what it is. Yeah, so if you been thinking about doing a Lapbook, or maybe you are making your own Lapbook while you're patiently watching me put mine together, you know, be patient with yourself and give it a shot. Have fun with it. Like I said earlier, yesterday was just one of those days. I was just so overtired yesterday, and I didn't want to take a nap because I felt like that's what has been happening. Jerry and I haven't been sleeping well at night, and then take a nap in the afternoon, but then I'm wide awake at night. And sometimes it's not even that I'm wide awake at night, it's just that I feel as though I didn't accomplish anything, and suddenly it gets really quiet at night after he gets all settled into bed and everything, and I try to squeak out a few more minutes in the day, which may turn into an hour or so, but then I'm just dragging the next day, which was yesterday. But last night it was like, I'm going to bed when Jerry's going to bed. So I got some really good sleep, but I was happy I got this project started as far as I did yesterday, because it made today possible. Does it look different in that camera? Yeah. So I think this has got to get tarnished a little bit more. I'm still not sure if I like this so much, but my God, look how I've got something. Yesterday morning I had nothing. And today I've got something. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that black paint dry, and like I said, I'll probably just, hopefully the brads in the corner will work. Hopefully I'll be able to put a brad, sneak a brad in behind that corner piece. And at least attach it to the book, so next time I open it up, I'll see this. Yeah. Oh, tomorrow's Gratitude Sunday, so come on back and join me tomorrow for Gratitude Sunday. Yeah, thank you touching my microphone again. Thank you for being patient during this Lapbook project. I always enjoy your comments and interactions. Look forward to seeing you again next time. All right, guys, have a good night. Laugh at life. Laugh a lot. Bye.